We made it, guys. We made it. That's a year. That is a year for us, guys. It's been a year since we started the channel, a year since we started the Instagram.
The Popaholic.
It's a year since we started the Popaholic. And
It's been a good run.
Yeah, it's well, good run. Were we done? Were we done?
I'm out.
It's definitely something that we're not used to, but on the whole collecting side, I really don't have. I never had an idea about anything about collecting, and Andrew was the expert, really. Maybe not for Pops, but in general.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've had other collections and spent my money on a lot of other things, but this is one I've actually kind of put my heart and soul into.
Yeah. So yeah, we were actually, we talked about it in other videos, but really we started because just saw a Pop we liked. Andrew got one as a gift. I saw one that I liked. He just said, yeah, it's $10. What's the worst that could happen? And then now we're broke.
Yeah.
And this is all we have to sustain.
It's basically your fault. You were like, to me, we were playing Xbox, you were like, hey, let's get into the Pop game. I'm like, why? You're like, I don't know. Friend of mine was talking about it. His collection looked pretty cool, had a lot of cool stuff. So
yeah, man. Yeah, it's just insane how it just started and it snowballed into us saying, let's finish this set, this wave. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's go buy this one. Let's go run out and go get something. Let's find this chase. We got to get this chase, and it just been crazy and I mean, countless number of Pops.
Yeah,
I would, between the both of us, hundreds.
Yeah,
maybe 200 between the both of us. I know at one point I was at 100.
Yeah, maybe 2, 3.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Closing it on.
But that's just the beginning. So let's actually start from the beginning.
Start from the beginning.
So we touched on obviously the beginning of Andrew getting a Pop and then gifting me one. It was actually a Halo Pop.
Yeah, I had the Halo Master Chief was my first. It was a gift. And then here and there, I always thought about buying Pops because I was like, oh, obviously I like a lot of different things, a lot of nerdy stuff, movies, video games, music, just pop culture in general. And, Funko does do a good job of really spreading out what they do and what they make and, like, what figures they, have licensing for.
Yeah.
I always thought they were really cool. Always thought about, getting, like, different Marvel ones, different movies. And then first two I had were, like I said, Master Chief from Halo 4, and I got a Michelangelo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was my other one. And then I kind of laid off just because I did always think, hey, if I buy one, I'm going to have to buy a bunch. And then
you messed up?
Yeah, then I messed up. The real first kind of whole set I wanted to get, they came out the Mega Man Pops, and I bought them, and then it was kind of over from there.
Yeah, the first one that I was actually, the first one that I actually got myself, asked Andrew actually to go reserve for me because I was at work. I was like, can you get the Sage Mode Naruto Pop? Being a huge Naruto fan, love certain animes. I don't watch that much, but for the few I do watch, I really like them. And he was there. It was a GameStop exclusive. Had to have it. Andrew reserved it for me, and then it came out, and I was like, wow, this is it. Because then I wanted to get the Six Path one and Kakashi, and then all these other Pops. And I was like, oh, geez. But I mean, it's not like I didn't want to do it because I really like all the stuff. It's the thing that's stopping me right now is two things: one, money, and two, space. And I think it's more space than money because I mean it's only $10.
Yeah. Sometimes it's availability for the older ones.
Yeah, that's true.
Or but the exclusives. But.
Yeah. I mean, there's always going to be something like that, but it's really the biggest thing is space. I don't have space to put it, or else I would have probably maybe double what I have.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the space to have a room of only Pops. I feel like other people would be upset at me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you see everything online, and people have.
Yeah, people have
walls on walls.
Rooms, wings of their houses.
Oh my god, it's insane.
Storage lockers of.
Yeah, I mean that's great. That's what the people are doing. That's great. But I just happen, got to think about other things like family, and I can't take up everyone else's room, or else I would be doing it, or the whole basement. But I mean, from there, it just went from collecting pops to let's go see everything we can see, let's go. And the first con we went to was East Coast Comic Con, which is
I think even before that, like, we had the idea to start the channel because we wanted to talk to, people like you guys and other collectors. We wanted to, be a part of the community.
The funny thing was we didn't start everything when we first started collecting. We were like, hey, we need to find a central location where we get all this information because we're getting it, but then our friends are asking us, oh, where'd you get that? Oh, that came out? Oh, yeah. It's like, why don't we just keep posting or reposting any of the information we see so other people can have a good chance to see it?
Yeah.
And that's what we just kept doing that. I'm like, let's do a YouTube video. Let's show some people don't want to take their pops out of the box. Let's unbox. Let's show them everything. Give them like an idea of what stuff looks like. Show them the glow. Do all that stuff. And it's really the channel's like really evolved from what we first had, which is just our intro video to saying welcome to the channel, to now having lights and the pops turning and all this all the stuff that we took into account. All the stuff. The box, the
firing our cameraman,
firing our camera, getting the tripod, just really upping this is important. So let's keep focusing on and making it as best we can because people want to see like Heifer or the Halo pops or Overwatch pops that come out, the Gold Soldier, anything, anything. People don't get to see it, so let's take them out, let's show people because that's our
because I feel like most people do keep them in box or at least the super hardcore people.
Yeah, that's understandable. You may want to resell it. You don't want it to lose value, whatever it may be. You don't want it to get messed up.
Yeah.
But then that takes away from the fact that it's like, oh, I'm so glad I bought this box with something inside of it. And that's not what it is. It's because you like them. That's why you don't have to take them out. Don't listen to me. I haven't taken out probably 90% of my pops, but still something, it's crazy that what it turned into, people flipping, and there's a lot to go through.
Right.
But I think one of the, outside of like our first like shipment of from Hot Topic, when we went to East Coast, it was like, well, let's start looking. We started going crazy because of how many pops there are. I didn't really know what to expect. Never going.
East Coast Comic Con is a small, like Jersey-based comic convention. I'd say probably like an eighth of the size of like New York or
maybe something like that. Something like an eighth of the size. There's
it's still a good place, pretty cozy. A lot of you do see a lot of the same people who go to these things. Like you'll recognize people or recognize vendors, because they're all like shop owners or whatnot. But
and it's nice because it's a little bit more what's the word? You're a little bit more close to the owners because there's less people there.
Yeah.
And obviously since there's not as many people there, you have more chance to talk to them and they tell you what they did. They have everything there and
they still have all like there's special guests, celebrities. There's still artists doing like drawings and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So it's definitely more. It's definitely more of a comic con. Yeah, cozy. It's more of a comic con where it's not just pops, and that's part of the thing. Like I'm glad we went because I didn't know what to expect. And
it was a good because I had already been to New York Comic Con a couple times, and I saw this was happening. It was only like $20-$30 to get in, which was a good price, and I wanted to give Luke and a couple of my other friends a little primer about what to expect from
and it was awesome.
NYCC.
Well, what did we get? We got Carnage was there.
Yeah, we got Carnage. I think you got Scarlet Spider. I know I got the glow-in-the-dark Thanos from
Rhaegal.
Yeah, Rhaegal, Ghost.
Insane.
Yeah.
2 ghosts, actually.
Yeah.
Picking up left and right, just looking at pops. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is good.
I think we got like Stay Puft, Darth Maul.
Yeah. Oh man, so many.
Yeah. It was so my wallet was mauled.
That's for real. What wallet? What money? Yeah, no. It's been so much fun, and everything has been. When you talk to people on Reddit, which is a big thing, Facebook, the community's pretty good too. As a whole,
even just on like exact release dates, like the Comic-Con exclusives, like the community is nice. Everyone. I'd say, everyone's going to have some horror stories about some, like douche running in front of them in line or shoving them out of the way or, knocking the box out of their hand or whatever. But for the most part, I think the community usually tries to help each other out, gives each other tips. Like, hey, I saw, this here or, you
or
know,
what are you looking for?
yeah, I know
Oh,
on
they-
Reddit, like, they're like, oh, there was like 3 chases at this store. I didn't buy any of them. So
I
if
don't like-
anybody's
yeah, I don't like the
looking,
pop,
yeah,
the
go
look.
for it.
Yeah, and that's what's great. It's like almost people are like cheering for each other because it's nice to say, oh, you got something that you're excited about. Let's see why you're excited. Talk to them. Say, oh, this is cool. Maybe I like this version better or whatever. It's like, you just strike up all these conversations. It's not really like, I mean, outside of a certain
There's always going to be those salty internet people.
yeah, of course there's that, but outside of like Target, everyone pretty much is like is very positive. Outside of
Yes,
Target
stores.
and like a few other things like we'll get into that later, but that's what's great and part of that is just like I said, everyone's like cheering for each other.
Even like making the channel, like, asking about equipment stuff, I asked people, what's the best like way to show off glows of the pops, and you know, people point me to different UV lights, or you know, like, oh, this is a good tripod, or you know, maybe this camera would be better to use, or you know,
Yeah,
all
and
that
then
stuff.
and then even asking people like stuff on like the Instagram and on our Instagram, what do you want to see? Is this good? Do you guys what do you guys want to know? People ask like then you see people ask like we're looking for the dates, we're looking for who's gonna have it, stuff like that, stuff
Right.
that's like important. So and when you
That,
know,
or would you guys be interested in like trading like something you just
Yeah,
got, or
exactly.
you know?
Well, yeah, people will even ask us, hey, are you trading that and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And it's like we're actually gonna talk to them. We're not gonna say, oh no, forget you. It's like
Yeah, I mean,
But-
even just responding to people saying, "Oh no, we want to keep this," or "Oh well, maybe we could strike up a deal. What do you have?"
yeah. So that's great and probably the biggest thing that we did and well now looking back it's not crazy but it was awesome at the time was like our first big post. I remember it was during a wrestling event. It might have been WrestleMania or SummerSlam.
It was probably. Was it shortly after WrestleMania?
It might have been, but no, I know it was.
The channel was still fairly new.
It was a pay-per-view event
Okay.
because I was like, what? Because I remember we were gonna post like a wrestling thing and we were posting stuff all
Yeah,
day.
it was obviously was probably WrestleMania, because I remember I did the WrestleMania week.
Yeah, and that night we posted the Wonder Woman with the whip from the Collector Corps.
Yeah, from the movie.
No, not
The
Collector Corps.
DC,
DC
collector box.
collector box, and it flew up.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, like what's going on? And then I checked later, like, oh my, even more.
Yeah, because like a lot of our Instagram posts, like we were still a fairly new channel, maybe like a month or two old. You know, they mostly were like people we know, or like 30 or 40 likes, or you know, 20 likes, or you know, we were kind of, and like we would get excited when we're like, this one got up to 60, like I
Yeah.
can't believe it.
It was
This one flew up to,
It was 170, 175.
I think it was like two.
Did it get up that high?
It was like 250.
What am I thinking about? That was that.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, it was because I remember I was like, oh, it's 168, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's slowing down,
Yeah.
and then we checked in the morning, and said, oh my, and it was just that's when I was like, wow, this is cool. This
Yeah,
is exciting.
it was a pretty big rush.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, oh wow, like, you know,
I think it was maybe either right when Wonder Woman was coming out or right.
it was a little before, because
It was like
I know
hyped
they-
up, yeah. So it was all hyped up, and so it was great. So then when people did, I was like, okay, that's cool. But I'm like, but what can we do to help people out and get more information? So we started posting all kinds of stuff.
People were hyped to see the movie. And
Yeah, we like we're just trying to stuff for movies, stuff for like our biggest thing is let's keep up with people. And we know what people are interested in. We know that you're looking. Everyone's no matter what you're collecting, everyone's always looking for something that is limited.
Right.
You know, even if you don't want it, but if it has 1,000 pieces, like okay, well that's something to pique your interest and you think about it. So that stuff we're trying to make sure that you guys are aware of because obviously people want it for a reason. It's limited and stuff like that.
Unless it's a Hikari or something.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Funko needs to do something. It's got a Hikari or
what is
those-
it? Cut it out.
yeah. Oh my.
Like-
It's the the Hikaris or the.
I mean, the Dorbs are like, I don't like the Dorbs, but they're okay. They do
Yeah.
well enough. The
Mystery
Vine-
Minis they actually look cool though.
The Mystery
I
Minis
won't
are like
collect
pretty
them 'cause
good,
it's
or like the
expensive.
pint-sized heroes are, eh.
Yeah, I just won't collect anything mystery because I don't like the chance that like I may get the same one 6 times in a row, and I'm just like forgetting.
That's like a
Just-
super crapshoot, but
Yeah.
you know,
But people
it's like buying loot boxes on
Yeah.
a video game. Like people are
I
gonna
don't
keep
do that
doing it.
either. Yeah, but of course, it was a. I mean, if it was lower price, then I would start thinking, oh, it's like what, $5?
Yeah, about
It's either
$5.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
If it was like 2, I'd be like, yeah, here you go. And I might have more of those than pops,
Right.
but we didn't. So Andrew, let's hear about your famous story.
Which one? I got a lot of them. I
No,
think.
the very first one.
Oh, the chase.
The first chase.
Our first chase, if you know, you do follow both our Instagram and YouTube, was Chase Drew from Despicable Me 3. And
So they had Gru, who was black. He had the black suit.
jumpsuit, yeah.
And then Drew, who had the white jumpsuit, almost like a yin and a yang.
I'm trying to think, what was that about? 3-4 months in, give
Yeah,
or take.
that was-
I know it was
that
a
was
summer-ish.
Because I remember
because the movie was coming out.
the movie was coming out. I just actually talked to my friend who actually really got me into this and got Andrew hooked in too.
Yeah.
Or had me get Andrew hooked in, not purposely, but it ended up being that way. He was like, "Yeah, they changed the amount of the
The rarity of chases.
The rarity of chases. They went from 1 in 32 to 1 in 6." And when he was saying that, I was like, he was like, "Yeah, it happened like a little while ago, maybe like right before we started collecting." And then we're like, I'm like, "Wow, we still 1 in 6. That seems like you could get a chase at any time." And we still weren't getting it. And then Andrew goes and sends me a picture.
Yeah, I guess I just happened to be strolling into Best Buy one summer evening, and I think I was looking for CDs. You know, what are those anymore?
Jeez, this guy's from the year 2008.
That's like 2002. I feel like nobody buys CDs anymore. But you know, I was looking for something else, and I just happened to walk by the pop section, and there he was sitting there, and you know.
Put that picture. We put that picture right up.
I've seen the Minion movie, but I really wasn't too big on that. But I was just like, it's like, when am I ever gonna see a chase
It's a
again?
chase, man. Yeah.
So you know, I didn't really care about the rarity. I guess of 1 in 6. I still just thought, oh hey, this is
a
like
chase.
rarer than other things.
Well, you know what's funny? After that, Andrew became the headhunter for chases. He's picking up chases left and right. You said like probably like 10 or 15.
Yeah, I was gonna say most people who I've talked to have been collecting a long time, and maybe it is because of the rarity change. Have been collecting for like 2-3 years and haven't found any like chases in the wild. You know, they've traded for them or bought them from like a con or something. But you know, I'd say since we started the channel a year ago, I've had to have at least double-digit chases found.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
You know, starting with Drew, I found like a Mad Moxie Rock Candy chase, Donnie Darko door chase, Dopey from Snow White, Bob Ross,
Heifer,
Shadow Heartless, Glow in the Dark,
Black Panther.
Black Panther, Sub-Zero.
Keeps going.
You know, Dipper Pines and Bill Cipher were that 2-for-1.
They were together. That was insane.
Yeah, I was like, you know,
I can't believe
shit my pants basically because I walked into Target and there they both were sitting there just put out. I was like, 2 chases.
Yeah, and then I'm sitting. I'm like, wow, you know, like this guy's getting chased, and I only got 1, and the reason we got 1 was because we actually were shit of luck on Crota.
Yeah.
So Target, of course, was being terrible. Went to get Crota, and there's guys in front of us, and
Guys we had seen
we saw the previous day or 2 days ago.
Either that was the first day or that was the second day, but we did see them in consecutive days. They happened to be ahead of us in Target, looking for Crota both times, and you know.
So I was like, "Hey man, you already got the Crota. Can we have it?" And he was like, "Oh," and he started stuttering, and he's like, "No, it's for my friend." Oh.
Yeah, everybody's got a friend.
But meanwhile, he was telling the story. Oh, I have 6.
Yeah, he's
Crotas.
like, "Oh, I got 6 Crotas, you know,
I got
from all
6
these
Crotas.
Targets," and we're like,
Yeah, just like there's no reason.
That's
to do
probably
that.
the only horror story we have.
Yeah,
with
that is the worst story we have. Just someone, we were just going in there walking. We go. You know what? And the thing that pissed me off, Andrew went and talked to the guy at Target because they didn't have the pops out. He goes, "Hey, do you have these pops?" So the guy comes out with the pops, and the guy just snatches it. And we're like,
and he was like, "Oh, I was standing out in line first," and I'm like, "But he's like, you went to the pop section. I actually asked this person, you know, and he went and got it." But you know,
joke's on him.
joke was on him.
Crota's buns now.
Please, you wanted it.
And okay, so then we're there, and we're like, we know the other pops are coming. Well, I had it at the time, so I was happy.
It happened to be a third guy who was behind us asked if they had Pennywise.
Yeah.
And so the guy came out, gave...
he gave him Pennywise, so what do you guys want? And then Andrew was like, Pennywise?
And I was just like, what do you have? And then the guy at Tucker was like, no, I'm not bringing him out. And we're like, huh?
He said, well, the guy in Target refused to bring the box out of Pops. I don't know why they weren't on the floor, but the guy knew where they were. They literally walked in the door, and the box was right there.
Yeah.
So he comes out, and he gives Andrew a pop, and then he's going to give me a pop, and I see Andrew out of the corner of his eye reaching for that pop instead. And the guy goes, no, he goes, you want this, right?
It's like one per.
Yeah, he's like, one per. What
and then
all
Luke
these
is like,
rules?
I'll take that
I was
one.
like, yeah, I'll take it.
Happened to be the chase.
Happened to be the chase.
Yeah.
I was like, Andrew, here you go, man. That's
Which
all
is like the super, like...
Yeah. The vaulted one,
Yeah.
it was nuts. Everything was crazy. And then 2 months later.
And Pennywise was still like
They
1-6, but I don't know why everyone went crazy over that specific.
Yeah, that was the only one that I got.
Yeah.
And other than that, I feel like I just haven't found it. But Andrew just left and right. Here you go. But it's just nuts. But yeah, Target is by far the worst place. You have Walmart doesn't even get shipments, but because they don't get shipments, you can't be bad if you don't have anything. So that's
and Target or Walmart hasn't. Target gets an exclusive. I feel like every other week is a Target announced exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart maybe gets an exclusive every like 2-3 months.
Yeah.
Like the only Target or the only Walmart exclusive I was really excited for was probably the Monopoly Man.
What about was it Green Ranger? Green Ranger was there.
Oh yeah, that was like a
convention, yeah.
But other than convention stuff, what Walmart exclusives?
Definitely nothing that we want. I mean, there was.
I guess there was something like the Star Wars, Martian Man.
But I mean, I didn't even end up getting that, and I wanted it.
But Target gets like a different Star Wars one, different Marvel one.
What about the Hollow Qui-Gon?
Awful.
Qui-Gon debacle.
Qui-Gon debacle.
We were up the night that Qui-Gon was supposed to go live. Okay.
There was the Star Wars.
Well, no, Star Wars Celebration. Let's go back to the beginning. Star Wars Celebration. The street dates were all messed up. You go to this store, they say no, we're not going to put it on until We're not going to put it on until Monday. You go to this store, we're not going to put it on until this day. So we started.
And it was just Target. Every other store was like, oh, they're going to be out May 4th.
Yeah.
Like set, like in stone. It's like we have them already. Like they're going out when we open.
So only one we wanted was Qui-Gon, the holographic Qui-Gon.
Well, speak for yourself.
Well, only one that I wanted was a holographic Qui-Gon. Well, the only one that we both wanted.
No, we got that hooded Luke.
Oh yeah, true. That is true. But
damn disrespectful.
Damn, how dare I? But the Hollow Qui-Gon was something that we really wanted, and everyone was talking about. Oh, we want it, because I think people were just thinking about the New York Comic Con Qui-Gon, which
how that went like
what was it, $300?
300, 400.
Yeah, it's insane. So.
And the Hollow ones are always pretty cool.
Yeah, so we go and we go to the stores. They say they're going to sell it this day. Another store says, oh, we already sold it. And goes to another store and they say, oh, we're going to put it up on this day.
And then I go back that day and they were like, oh, we sold it on Friday. And I was like,
it was the day he went, but they sold it later in the day. It's like it doesn't make sense. And then we're using all this stuff like Brickseek and they're saying
we stayed up, refreshing the internet, but it went up at like
I'm telling you, I had heart problems because I woke up on the hour every hour for 5 hours straight, and then they didn't put it up from 12 to 5 a.m. They didn't put it up, and then I go to sleep, wake up 1 o'clock, and they put it up at 12. It's like what we missed it. Everything we did was gone.
Yeah.
Why are you gonna do that to me? They're just terrible. They just always piss me. Every time they get something, it's like, damn, why does it have to be Target?
And then
all the 10 inches.
Yeah, all the 10 inches. And now Target's having problems with Yondu, putting them on their website, getting them to stores. People are complaining about that again. Funko's still going to get their money, and Target's still going to get their money. But,
I just don't get why they would.
It's always infuriating when it's Target.
Yeah. I mean, because the fact that people are throwing money at it, they have no reason to change anything.
Just because either, I don't know if it's like the store, like people don't care, or they actually don't know because, it's such a specialized item in like a huge department.
No, they know because they're on their Twitter responding to people the whole time, and they're like, please stop asking us about Yondu.
Unfortunately, but it's like the actual grunts in the store, they might be like, what's a Yondu?
Yeah. Or they go and they take the chases, or they take the pops before they even come out.
Yeah.
I don't know, and that's in all stores. But I mean, Target, you're always going to be at the bottom of the list in my heart. Ass. So after that,
So.
another big deal was like this is the first one that we actually like. Okay, we have to be there opening the store.
Yeah, because for the Star Wars celebration, like we said, we only wanted like one or two, so we weren't too up on it. But when San Diego Comic-Con, the shared exclusives came around, we knew we weren't going to the convention. We didn't know anybody going to the convention.
I don't know why I was off that day.
You were going on vacation.
Oh, okay.
The next day.
Okay, yeah.
Or that day. I think you were leaving that day, so you went and were able to get a couple, and then you had to go to the airport. I know. I was off from work for like the first hour, but then I had to go in later. So I wasn't.
But that was great because we split up.
Yeah, we split up.
We split up stores. We said, okay, well, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to go and get these.
Divide and conquer.
And it worked out. I actually met some. I had some friends actually. They came met us at the mall.
Yeah, our old cameraman.
Yeah, our old cameraman met us, and then my other friend who's a collector. He came met us. He goes, hey, we're looking for this. We went in. We got everything we needed. We went to the next store. I actually told our one friend, hey, you stay there. I'm gonna go check the FYE. We're in the mall, and we're just running around. They had we had the list of pops. It was just great, but we ended up doing well. We got a lot of the stuff that we wanted.
I want to say for San Diego, there was nothing that came out that we didn't get except the stuff that was solely at the convention or that we missed out on the Funko Shop site.
Yeah, there's this. That was actually really good.
Just the Megazord, but we ended up getting that later anyway.
But that was really that was probably one of the best, easiest ones we had because we were off, and that was a good thing for us to do. But also, they're just like I don't know what it was. Maybe at the time there wasn't as many because then later on in the year we went, there was more people at the mall, like for collecting them.
I guess
like,
I'm trying
like
to think maybe because like it wasn't the summer, maybe people were on vacation, or maybe I really don't know.
Weren't realizing it, weren't as really involved with it. I don't know, but it was good.
I want to say there was more pops for New York than San Diego, but I can't really recall.
Could be that's why they're pulling people out and said there's specific ones that people want and they didn't want it there.
True.
But that was good, man. That was a lot of fun too. And then we went to
favorite ones from San Diego, if you could recall, quick.
I think Megazord's my favorite.
Megazord. Like we said, we got that later. Aragorn Arwen was a good one. Your boy Nega Scott,
my God, Nega Scott.
Blue Chrome was the big one.
Yeah,
that was,
Blue Chrome was one
we didn't get.
Yeah, that was probably the. But we didn't even. I wasn't even thinking of it when it came out. I was like, okay, why do people want this?
Right, because I thought it looked booty. Well, I still think it looks booty.
And then all of a sudden, people were like, I got Blue Chrome selling it for so much money. I was just like, wait, what? What are you doing? People flipping this stuff, and they are, man, and they were, and they still are. But I mean, this is stuff like that. I think everything was good. I'm trying to think what else. There was man, I'm still thinking about that. Luke was cool. That Luke
from
the pickup from Star Wars convention.
Yeah. Hooded Luke, good one.
He is awesome. He looks so good, man. Now they're coming up the new Luke from
Last Jedi. He looks pretty cool.
Yeah, he does.
Too bad the movie wasn't good.
You heard it here. We both thought it was
the worst Star Wars.
Yeah, I would say that. What about the 1, 2, and 3? No, definitely worse. Disney, you're killing me. But enough about that. Then we went to PhillyCon.
Yeah, WizardCon in Philadelphia. It was a good one.
That was,
we didn't go as pop crazy at that time. A couple months back. We had already been rounding out our collections of stuff you could see in stores, or a lot of the stuff we were looking for was either super high valued or rare to get.
And that's something. Some convention at the convention you'll see some people putting stuff good prices. Okay, this is reasonable. It's the same price as maybe as you see it on the Bible on the pop price guide. But some people put it way higher. Some people put it a little bit lower. So it's nice to just go and see them. And Andrew's right. We went from collecting, I see this, I like it, I'm buying it. I see this, I like it, I buy it. I see this, I like it, I buy it too. Let's get very specific. Let's get pops that we really want.
Because of spacing.
Yeah. And we have to be smarter about it. And I think that's good. And I actually we both ended up saying, hey, we don't want all these pops anymore. Let's trade people. And that's something that we started doing too. We said, let's trade pops. And that's we got a lot of our stuff like that too. Because people are interested in other stuff, so it's good to if you have it, you might as well help someone else out too.
Right, because if I did have like a blue chrome Batman, I probably would trade it because I don't like it as much. And because I know I could get like 5 pops I really do want.
exactly.
Like, if somebody wanted to trade like blue chrome for like gold Chief and like a Patina Widowmaker, I would probably do it on the spot.
Yeah. So it's just stuff like that. So just like it makes it so much easier than I have to go run around find this and the thing's not even here anymore. Just nuts. So when we got to WizardCon in Philly, it was more of let's look around. We got to hang out.
Yeah,
It was much more relaxed.
We really and I think it's relaxed also because if WizardCons they had their own convention exclusives and a Funko booth, we'd be going crazy just because we're like, oh, we have to get in the booth, we have to do this, we have to do that.
We did,
but
but it was nice though. We just got to relax. It was a little bit of a drive for us, and we got to hang out. We weren't even there the whole day. We were there half the day. Just like East Coast. We like to get to the conventions as soon as possible, as early as possible, because later in the day it gets packed and you can't move around and like
it gets packed, and also you want the first crack at the vendors because like we said, the vendors are mostly selling stuff that is a little uncommon or stuff. So that one exclusive might not be there, and might be the only one out there.
And we were going through and we were buying other stuff, not even pops. We were looking at shirts, looking at posters.
Yeah, I got to meet Alexa Bliss, WWE Women's Champion.
That was actually the reason why Andrew brought it up. I was like, you know what, let's go, let's do it.
Yeah,
I'm glad we did that. But building off of that, though, so as we're going to these conventions, like, okay, we're going to all these, but we got to build up for the one big one, and that's New York Comic Con. And on that, I was thinking the whole time, like, oh, we should do a costume for this.
Right.
And we actually ended up doing it. We had the cards we made for it to give people so that they could see it. And then we also made the Freddy Funko.
We had the shirts, too.
We had the shirts that said Funko on it. They were like the classic Freddy Funko. And then
on the back had our logo.
Had our logo.
Had our info.
And with that, we had the Freddy Funko head. And it was just like, people were like, oh my gosh, let me come take a picture with you. And it was so much fun. It made us, like... Everything that we did, we had so much fun. Like, we knew Comic-Con was going to be fun, but we didn't expect it to be as much as it was. People were coming up to us, asking us questions. People actually thought we worked there.
Yeah, because the costume was really nice. If you want to see how he made it and see
I made that video.
Some pictures of it, they're there for you.
But yeah, I was just
painstaking hours making it.
Oh my gosh, that was.
But a lot of people were like, oh wow, this is an awesome costume. I've never seen someone actually think to do the pop head, like the actual pop head.
Yeah. No, it was so nice, man. People kept coming
and
up.
then people at the Funko booth even like complimented us on it. They asked Luke to come back and take some pictures with like the staff, and they were talking.
We got to meet Saldi, got to meet a couple of the Yoko and everyone on the podcast.
Just some other people working.
Yeah, so it was nice to do that, and then even then, like we sadly we didn't get a ticket.
The one guy at the booth gave Luke one of the pops and was like, "Oh, can you take a picture with this pop? You keep it. I just want it to show off to like some of the other staff."
Yeah. So when we got there, the guy goes and I'm looking through his head and I can't really see. Yeah. And he goes here, and I feel something push into my chest. I'm like, what? What is this?
And then I just
and then Andrew grabs it from me. Andrew grabs it from me. I go and Andrew has it and is looking at it. Goes, "Hey, take a picture." Took a picture. And then as we're walking by, the guy goes, "Hey, that's really lucky, man. That thing's selling for $150." We said, "What?" Andrew immediately ran, got a pop stack so we could.
Yeah, because people were bumping into me the whole time. I'm like, "Oh God!"
It's gonna buzz.
I need to save this.
So Andrew got a pop stack. That was fun. And then the best story actually was the end of the show. So we didn't win the raffle. We didn't. So we
knew like 10 people going, and
we actually had we knew 17 people going all different days, but we had.
In theory, like in our group,
we had like 50 chances, but in our pop squad on Saturday we had 17 chances and no one won. So we're there and it's the end of the day. We're walking by and people were thinking we were working there. And
that's just the theory I have, but I was talking to one of the guys online. I really wanted the Gold Dragon Zord, and I was talking to a couple of guys in line. I was like, hey, like. Are you guys buying like the Gold Dragons, or what pops are you getting? Because, I'd pay you the money for the pop and a little extra if you guys got the Gold Dragons ordered for me. And the guys were like, all of them said, oh, no, that's one I'm getting, Most of the people there were like our age, so they grew up with Power Rangers. So, that's the one I think most people wanted because it was a convention exclusive. and you know,
'Cause
and it's a cool
it's
pop.
iconic.
So like when we're talking to those guys, then one of the real staff people were like, "Hey, like we're opening up the line. Could you guys like make it single file?" And then
and as they're doing that, someone in the back is like pushing, trying to cut in line.
Yeah.
So they stop focusing like on Andrew. The guys are talking. The guys in front are talking to him. Then they start looking at the people, and everyone turns around.
then everyone looks like two guys behind me, and they're like, "Hey, that guy's trying to cut in line." And then so like the security guys most of the security people are like trying to get him out, and then the one guy opens the line, so I'm able to
walk
like
right in,
be like the sixth person into the the end
worked.
booth.
And then everything that was great. That was like the crazy thing that happened. Like as Andrew's doing that, I slowly walk away from him.
Because I know he can sneak in with.
He just looks at me and he gives me the nod, and I walk away, and I just start acting like I'm not doing anything, and I'm just sitting there in the Freddy head, and just so much fun, man.
Yeah, and then I was
out.
able to get like stuff.
A ton, everything we were looking for, we managed to get.
Right, because you know we had the shared exclusives a couple days before, and then we had a lot of the common exclusives there.
I mean, it really worked out, so and I'm glad we did it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that was.
Because we definitely are looking forward to this year's.
Yeah,
like,
I mean
it is circled on my calendar.
Yeah, it is just everything is we've gone through. You know, we've gone through it before, but we've gone through it 1 year. One big year of us focusing on this and seeing it, and we're ready to see what this year brings. I mean, Emerald City Comic Con just finished. Wasn't really much that we wanted from there. Bigfoot sold out. They had the bots.
The bots are buying all the green crumbs.
The bots are buying us. All these people. This is what they're saying. I don't know. Who it is. I don't know. So I saw someone said it showed it on Twitter. But all these guys who like buy sneakers and flip them, they use those same bots and they go and they buy these things on Funko. Funko originally said that they were trying to stop this by having a queue system, and if you know the 12 days or the 25 days of Christmas, or no, it was 10 days. Did they do 12?
I thought it was 12 days.
I thought it was supposed to be 12, but I thought they did less. Regardless, the days of Christmas that Funko did, they had a queue system,
and the queue system was off. But if you put up a pop-up blocker, you could get by the queue system. So someone would say like, "Oh, you are 10th in line," and by the time it was like a 5,000 piece item, by the time you got you're the 10th person, they were gone.
Yeah.
You were like, huh?
People were talking about that. They're like, I'm 300th in the queue. How come I didn't get a pop that has 5,000? It's because these bots, they got in the queue, but they didn't really get in the queue because they put on they blocked the pop-ups, and then they went right in and they got them all. And that's the same thing that happened with EC. So there's something that they need to figure out. I mean, the only way to combat this is to increase the amount of pops that they release. But then it's like people are like, but I don't want you to do that because I want them to be collectible. But it's kind of you can't please everyone, because I'm telling you, most people were complaining about the bot. So if you want to please most people, you would say do that. But then there's going to be a subsection of that complaining about there's too many. So I don't really know what you can do. But the year's been crazy. We've gone through everything. What is your number one story?
Damn, number one story. I don't know. The whole year, I feel like it's just been a joy. Doing I've always liked searching and hunting for stuff, kind of. So it does give me the thrill of you go to a store and you find something that you were really looking for.
I think
New York Comic Con was great.
New York Comic Con was the best. People were coming up to us, talking to us, asking us questions.
Yeah.
Saying, oh, they saw Freddy, talking to Andrew, asking him questions, saying like, oh, stuff about the Instagram, just everything in general. And then him getting on the line, it was just great. I mean, that's actually, I've been trying to go to Comic Con for however long, not nearly trying as hard as I should have been, and always missing the
dates.
Yeah, if I didn't get the ticket, if I didn't know the ticket was, I'd always miss by like an hour, and because I missed by an hour, I miss it completely because obviously they sell out.
Yeah.
So this was the first one I went to, so that also adds to it. It's just crazy. I'm glad we're doing it. I'm glad we did it. I don't know, so much more coming.
I guess my one big goal for the next year of the channel or whatever, hopefully to increase the growth of it, increase maybe about the amount of videos we do, but I would like for some of the pops maybe to get them signed more. I did enjoy getting the one pop signed by Chris Jericho, but hopefully meeting
that's what we want to do. We want to we're not making this channel because some dumb reason. We want this because we want to be informative. We want to show you what's going on, and because people, you know, aren't aware of everything that's going on, aren't aware of all these things that you can do with these pops, and it's just been fun to talk about and to go through it.
Yeah, and
So
if
it's
we
like
can
you
make
do
some
it.
money on the side, or you know, get money for more pops, more
Yeah.
power to us.
That's the plan. The plan is just get as many pops as we can.
All right.
But guys, that's gonna do it for us. You saw the highlights of the year, highlights or lowlights if you're talking about Target. Of
Yeah.
course, always terrible.
You listen to us rant for like 20, 30 minutes, so we want to hear you rant back.
Yeah. So if you have anything you want to say, let us know. Leave it down below. Tell us on our Instagram, whatever you want to say.
Or leave it up high like we used to
Or
say.
yeah, put it up top or down low or to the sides. Whatever you want to do. Do not leave without hitting the like. We want to thank you guys for watching. Andrew,
Happy hunting out there.
see you guys later.